You're listening to the Computer Repair Academy podcast, a show that's your go-to podcast for easy tech fixes, pro tricks, computer repair tips, and everything you need to keep your computer running smoothly. So if you're ready to upgrade your tech game, then let's dive in.
What's up, tech heads? Welcome back to another episode of the Computer Repair Academy podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy, and today we're diving into a topic that I'm willing to bet all of you care about, but maybe don't think about enough: internet privacy, or as I like to call it, how to keep the creeps, the corporations, and Cousin Bobby from spying on your digital lifestyle. Now, whether you're an internet veteran or someone who's just figured out how to open a new tab, you've probably had this thought at least once. Wait, who's watching me? I mean, you search for a single pair of socks, and the next thing you know, you're seeing ads for socks everywhere. Your social media feed, your inbox, even your dreams. But don't worry, today we're going to dive into some practical ways to make sure your digital life stays private. We'll cover everything from private browsers to email services, ad blockers, and just good old privacy habits. Because honestly, we all deserve a little more peace of mind when Googling embarrassing questions or checking out this rash on WebMD. Wait, never mind that. Let's dive in. So, why should you care about internet privacy? I mean, who cares if Google knows you like pineapple on pizza, right? Spoiler alert, everyone should care, because it's delicious. First off, it's not just about hiding the fact that you binge watch reality TV. Your personal data, your browsing history, your location, your shopping habits is all valuable. Companies want it, hackers want it, and heck, even your nosy neighbor might want it. But seriously, every time you browse the web, a little bit of your privacy slips away. Websites track you, social media platforms sell your data to advertisers, you end up on email mailing lists, and hackers, well, they're just waiting for that one moment when you accidentally click on something you shouldn't. Folks, protecting your privacy online is like locking the front door to your house. You wouldn't just leave it wide open for anyone to walk in, right? Well, that's exactly what happens when you're online without any privacy protections. It's like inviting the entire internet to poke around your stuff. So, let's talk about the first line of defense: private web browsers. Ah, yes, the beloved incognito mode. You probably know it as the I'm buying a secret birthday gift for my partner mode, or let's be real, the I don't want this in my history mode. But what does incognito mode really do? And more importantly, what doesn't it do? Well, here's the scoop. When you're browsing in incognito mode or private browsing, your browser won't save your history, cookies, or form data once you close the window. So if you go on a shopping spree for, I don't know, llama-shaped garden gnomes, no one will be the wiser, at least not on your computer. But, and here's the catch, private browsing does not make you invisible on the web. Your internet service provider, ISP, can still see what you're up to. So can the websites you visit, your employer, or even your government, depending on where you live. So if you're looking for true internet privacy, you'll need to level up your browser game. That's where more privacy-focused browsers come into play. Let's talk about a few options. 1. Brave browser. Brave is like that one friend who deletes your embarrassing photos before anyone can screenshot them. It blocks ads and trackers right out of the box, keeping websites from following you around the internet like an overzealous sales clerk. Plus, it's super fast because you're not loading all those extra ads. And who doesn't love speed, am I right? 2. Tor browser. Now, if you're feeling extra secretive, like James Bond level private, you might want to check out the Tor browser. Tor bounces your connection through several layers of encryption, making it way harder for anyone to figure out who you are or what you're doing. It's like wearing a disguise while riding a roller coaster. Good luck tracking that. But fair warning, it's slower than your grandma's old dial-up connection. That's the price you pay for extreme privacy. 3. DuckDuckGo. Finally, if you're attached to your browser and can't bear to leave, DuckDuckGo is a solid choice. You can soup it up with privacy add-ons like uBlock Origin, Privacy Badger, and HTTPS everywhere. It's like adding security cameras and an alarm system to your online house. So yeah, incognito mode might not cut it if you're really serious about privacy, but these other options, they're the equivalent of putting on an invisibility cloak. Okay, maybe not quite, but close. All right, let's move on to something we all use, email. And spoiler alert, if you're using Gmail, your email isn't exactly as private as you might think. Now don't get me wrong, I love Gmail, but Google reads your emails to serve you personalized ads. It's like if your mailman read all your letters before handing them over. Kind of creepy, right? So what's the alternative? Let's check out a few options. 1. Proton Mail. If Gmail is like the public park of email services, Proton Mail is like a private gated community with armed guards. It's based in Switzerland, where privacy laws are super strict, and they use end-to-end encryption, so only you can read your emails. Not even Proton Mail can snoop on your messages. Plus, you'll feel all fancy using something based in Switzerland, right? 2. Tutnota. Then there's Tutanota, kind of like the no-frills, straight-to-the-point privacy email service. It's open source, which means it's constantly being reviewed and updated by privacy nerds who care about your data. It also offers encryption for everything, and unlike Gmail, it doesn't scan your emails for ad purposes. No more weirdly specific ads for accordion lessons after you mention polka once in an email. Don't judge me. 3. Simple login plus burner emails. Finally, for those who really want to stay off the grid, you can use something like Simple Login to create burner email addresses. These are great for signing up for websites where you're not quite sure you want to give out your real email. It's like giving a fake phone number to that sketchy sales guy who won't stop asking for your digits, except it actually works. So whether you're sending sensitive info or just tired of spammy ads, switching to a private email service is a great step in keeping your online life private. Now let's talk about one of my favorite topics, ad blockers. I mean, who doesn't love the feeling of blocking a pop-up ad? It's like swatting away an annoying fly that keeps buzzing around your head. Besides being annoying, ads can track you. A lot. Have you ever searched for running shoes and suddenly every website you visit is shoving running shoes in your face? That's ad tracking. But don't worry, there's a fix for that. First up, we've got uBlock Origin. This isn't just your average ad blocker, it's the Swiss Army knife of blocking. It blocks not only ads, but also trackers, malware, and anything that even looks at you funny. And it doesn't slow down your browsing like some other blockers. It's like having a personal bodyguard for your browser. Best part? It's free. And we all know the only thing better than an ad-free internet is a free, ad-free internet. Next, there's Privacy Badger, created by the good folks at the Electronic Frontier Foundation. It's a bit different from traditional ad blockers because it doesn't block ads outright. It blocks the trackers that follow you across the web. If you want to stop being stalked by targeted ads, this is your go-to. Oh, you thought I wouldn't notice you tracking me, huh? Not today, ads. Not today. Finally, we have Ghostery. This one's great for visual learners because it shows you exactly who's tracking you on each website. It's like turning on the lights in a room full of creepy internet lurkers. You can then block whatever you don't want following you around. And trust me, you won't believe how many trackers are hanging out on your favorite websites. It's like a Black Friday sale in there. All right, we've covered private browsers, email, and ad blockers, but there are a few more privacy tips I want to leave you with. Consider these the golden rules of keeping your online life on lockdown. Rule 1, use a VPN, virtual private network. If you're browsing on public Wi-Fi, like in a coffee shop or an airport, you need a VPN. It encrypts your internet traffic and hides your IP address, so hackers can't intercept your data while you're sipping your latte. Think of it as putting on an invisibility cloak before stepping onto the internet. 3 great free VPN services I like are Proton VPN, Windscribe, and Hide.me. Rule 2, turn off location tracking. Ever notice how your phone knows where you are at all times? Yeah, that's because location tracking is on by default in most apps. Turn that stuff off unless you're using a map app. Your weather app doesn't need to know your exact location to tell you it's raining. Plus, the fewer people who know where you are, the better. Remember, mystery is key. Rule 3, beware of phishing scams. This one's classic, but still relevant. If you get an email asking you to reset your password or click a suspicious link, don't do it. Phishing scams are like catfishing, but instead of breaking your heart, they break into your accounts. And nobody needs that. Rule 4, limit what you share on social media. Last but not least, do a quick audit of what you're sharing on social media. Do you really need to post your location every time you hit up the local taco joint? The more info you give out publicly, the easier it is for someone to use it against you, or to send you targeted taco ads. Your choice. Well, folks, that's a wrap on today's deep dive into internet and PC privacy. Remember, use a private browser like Brave, Tor, or DuckDuckGo. Switch to a private email like Proton Mail. Block those creepy ads with uBlock Origin or Privacy Badger. And don't forget to use a VPN and turn off those pesky trackers. Keeping your digital life private isn't just about hiding your guilty pleasure YouTube videos. It's about protecting your data, your identity, and your peace of mind. Because no one needs to know you Googled how to break into a watermelon at 3 a.m. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Computer Repair Academy podcast. If you found this helpful, or at least entertaining, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, if you need help, hit us up. We're here to make sure your PC runs smoothly and your privacy stays intact. Until next time, this is Jeremy signing off. Stay safe, stay private, and for the love of tech, stop using password 123. Catch you next time.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Computer Repair Academy podcast. Until next time, keep those PCs running smoothly.